Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the Kitzur Shulhan Aruch and the laws of Eruv Techumin. And the Kitzur writes today the following words: Ein ma'arvin Eruv Techumin ela levar mitzvah. You can only make an Eruv Techumin, which again, as we mentioned, is extending the 2,000 amos that you're normally allowed to walk. You want to make it farther. You can only put the Eruv there for the sake and the purpose of doing a mitzvah. Kagain lehispala ba'asara. In order to pray with a minyan of 10 people, you need to go farther out from the city limits to find them. Or you want to go visit your Rebbe, and your Rebbe lives in the next town over. So how are you going to get there? You'll make an Eruv Techumin to extend your the amount that you're allowed to travel. Or you want to visit a friend who returned from a long journey. You want to go see him. You know he's in the next town over. And the only way to get there is if you extend the boundaries of your town. So you make an Eruv Techumin. Or l'sudas mitzvah. Perhaps you were called in for a sudas mitzvah, for a meal, like let's say a wedding meal, a sheva brachas. Maybe there was an engagement or something of that time, of that kind. And therefore, in order to get there, you need to extend your boundaries once again. So you make an Eruv Techumin. Let's say you have to take care of communal affairs and matters, and it requires you to go farther out from your boundaries. You can make an Eruv. Or you return from the derech, from a journey yourself, and you'd like to return to your house, which means you came back from a journey, and where you ended up on the road before Shabbos or so, you'd end up getting stuck before you end up getting to your house. And therefore we say, let's make the Eruv Techumin over here so you can extend the Techum, the personal boundaries that you have right now, so you can make it back to your house for prayer, for the Suda, to see your family, and Uchedaima and the like. And the Mishnah Berurah, the Ramah points out that anything really that's going to help to create a happy and a pleasant atmosphere on Shabbos, even if it's just a stroll, a person wants to walk through an orchard on Shabbos and they have to make an Eruv Techumin, that would also be considered a mitzvah, because to be happy on Shabbos, to have an einig, a pleasure on the Shabbos, that's all the mitzvah, and therefore you're allowed to do that. And so therefore that's the case over here of how you make the Eruv Techumin. Says the Kitzur further, Kelav u'behemaisav shel adam, a person's utensils and his animals, which means it could be his food, could be his animals, could be his utensils, his pots and his pans. Hayim keraglov, they're like his own feet, which means that what? That means that wherever he is allowed to walk, these animals and his utensils are allowed to walk as well. However, any place that he's not allowed to walk, so too they themselves are not able to walk there either, and nobody else is allowed to take them out of the Techum either. However, if the person rented out his animals or his vessels, or he loaned them to somebody else, or he gave them to somebody else that they should be a shomer, they should watch over them and guard them, they shouldn't get lost or damaged. Once that they're loaned out, or they're rented, or they're given over to somebody else for safekeeping, so it's within the jurisdiction of the new person over here, and therefore, even if that person is a non-Jew, the animals and the vessels, they get the residency by the new person over here. And furthermore, even the objects of the non-Jew, they also get the place of residency where they were ben hashmoshes while the sun is going down over there, and therefore all of these things from the new place where they are, they're going to be able to move the 2,000 amos. So again, if it's mine, it can't move any farther than where I am. But if I gave it over to somebody else, or I loaned it to somebody else, or I rented it out to somebody else, or someone's guarding it for me, so then it goes after their residency, and they'd be able to move the 2,000 amos for the Techum, for the boundaries from there. Have a wonderful day.